social applications. I went through everything and I still couldn't find the answers. Because when I clicked on the link, there was no video for me. There was just description.
All right. So for
The first one, site one.
hold on. All right, when I go here. All right. This right here should be the video right here. Did you see that on your computer?
I see it, but it literally says no, don't have access or something like that. It when I click on it, it takes me to a page where it says restricted.
So if you click on it now, what comes up?
Let me look. Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
Water is essential.
So
to
now
Now it
it's
wants to
playing.
play. Now it wants to
Okay.
play. Okay, now it wants to play. All right. But I could never
Some
like
sometimes if there's a it could be the time of day you're on or something, and a lot of people are on the internet. It may have been slower. I have no clue.
because it literally would not let. I don't know why it just would not let me do it. Because if for some reason it was saying something about Stanley County schools restricted this, blah 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 blah. That I don't know.
Huh. That's interesting. But it's working now. So
Yeah.
maybe if was that doing it on any of the ones that had videos?
No, just this one.
Okay. Let me go and
Is there a specific beginning or end in the water cycle? Why or why not?
so as you're listening to that video, that's what you're going to listen for. Hold on just a minute.
how is the water dispersed?
It's only a minute and 27 seconds. I'm gonna replay it all the way back.
Water is essential to all life on Earth. But how is the water dispersed? This animation shows one molecule of water completing the water cycle. Heat from the sun causes the molecule to evaporate from the ocean's surface. Once it evaporates, it is transported into and through the atmosphere, where water vapor condenses, releasing its heat to form clouds. The water molecule might move halfway around the world before it falls as rain or snow.
Yeah, not it won't even let me watch it. It keeps buffering.
Okay, it may
It
be
keeps buffering.
because
It won't let me watch it.
you're on a Google Meet right now and it's taking up a lot of your internet speed. So try it when you're off and see what happens.
Okay.
Okay. Was that the main site you had trouble with? Was that one, Timothy?
Yeah. For
Okay.
some reason, what the heck?
Well, if you run into that again, just skip that section and work on. Okay. All right, I guess it's just going to be you, me, and Miss Morton today. I don't see anybody else popping on. All right, so let me talk about clouds real quick, and then we can come back and look at a few things in here.
Okay. Wow. The second site is a really big site.
Yeah, that's why you're going to look at the question, and try to glance through it and find what you're looking for, so you don't have to read all of it. All right, let's talk. We're going to do clouds for a little bit. That's our next thing. Tomorrow, we're probably going to talk about winds. Um, so, kind of clouds and precipitation. So, pretty much, clouds, when we see them, are just tiny little water droplets um, or ice particles.
Cameron,
So,
mute your mic.
yesterday, yeah, thank you. Let's see. How do
Cameron, can you mute your mic, please?
I mute everybody?
I'm not doing anything.
No,
Your
but if you
background,
have
dude.
your
Your background.
mic muted, it helps as we're talking. That's fine. Thank you. Um, so we had mentioned yesterday that we have solids, liquids, gases, or I think we did just in reviewing water. I'm getting confused with all my different classes. Um, but clouds are actually very tiny water droplets, and sometimes they're ice particles, so they could be solid ice. And so clouds will form in these three when these three things take place. When water vapor is in the air and the air has to be saturated. Saturated means it is holding the maximum amount of water that it can hold. And what happens is that as the air will cool, it's going to, this water vapor will start to condense around these small particles that are in the air, like dust, salt, smoke, and they'll start clumping together and you get clouds. And so that's kind of how clouds will form. It's just the condensation once the air is saturated and it can condense around those particles that we can't see that are in the air. When and the air has to reach a level in which it's cool enough for that to happen. And so that's where the base of the cloud is going to be. And then it's just going to build depending on the amount of water that's there. So, kind of what some things that can cause air to rise. Well, mountains can cause air. Mountain air will come and air kind of lifts up over the mountains. And that's why one side of mountains may tend to have more rain than others, is because of this orographic lifting. So air has come up one side and clouds develop, and you get more rain on that side. Other things that can cause air to rise is something called frontal wedging, and we'll get into this a little bit more when we talk about fronts in weather. So, when you have warm air and cold air that meet, the cold air causes the warmer, less dense air to rise. And warmer air is going to have more moisture. So, as it rises and cools off, it's going to condense, forming clouds. So just some ways that clouds can form. Um, Convergences. This is air of the same density kind of collides and it can't be forced down. So it's kind of pushed up. And you get, if you have some unequal heating and things like this, it can cause this. So you have clouds that can form that way. So several different ways. Um, So when warm air is rising into cold air, this is when it's going to be unstable, and we're going to stable air is air that kind of is not moving. So think about unstable as air that's moving. Um, Stable is air that's non-moving, and so warm air above cold air is kind of called conversion. It kind of just sits there. Cloud types. One of the assignments I have up for today is you're going to be familiar with some of these cloud types and be able to recognize some of their names. So there's um, four major general types. You have your cirrus. You
What's
have
that big one?
this one is a cumulonimbus. You have stratus clouds. You have cumulus clouds, and there's one more that I can't think of right at the moment. But these big tall ones is what causes our thunderstorms. So we're going to cirrus is hair-like. It's I call it wispy. Um, they're going to be very high in the sky. Cumulus looks like cotton balls, very soft, pillowy like. Stratus is like layered. Sometimes they're going to be maybe gray on the bottom. And there's a fourth one that I think a video that I have for you will talk about. Um, so you can classify heights as based on their height. So if you have high clouds, then you're going to have middle clouds, you're going to have low clouds, and you're going to add some words to them. So cirrus is your high clouds. You can have cirrostratus, which is like middle clouds, cirronimbus, which would or cirrocumulus, sorry. So those are going to be more of your middle type clouds. Middle or high clouds, but they've got the stratus with they've got the cirrus with them, so they're going to be wispy. Uh, if they're stratus with it, it's going to be wispy and layered, and or wispy and more like cotton balls. Middle clouds will have alto on them, so alto stratus, alto cumulus, um, and then your low clouds are tend to be your stratus. So stratus or stratocumulus, nimbostratus, and so forth. So nimbus means raining. So just some terms, and we'll be watching a video that goes over some of this. So cirrus, this is an example of what that might look like. Stratocirrus, it's layered, and so the sun doesn't shine kind of as brightly, and you get this
This
sort of halo effect with it.
okay. Okay. This the Cyrostratus seems really creepy. I mean, look at it.
Yeah,
It
it's
it,
the
it, liter- it literally looks like there is no sun.
Yeah, and it's because of the layeredness of it. So it's these wispies, but they're layered on top of each other, and it's sort of deflecting the sun's light. And so the angle that they took this picture is making that halo effect and making it look kind of um, creepy looking. And then cirrus cumulus. So notice how they're still wispy, but they're more puffy. So those are the those type clouds. Your middle clouds, alto cumulus, looks a lot like the cirrocumulus, but they're puffier. They look like they come down a little more. And alto stratus, here again, you've got layered. And notice the sun again, it's having a hard time breaking through that. And then you have your stratus, which is what I call kind of overcast, more gray looking.
More like a
Stratocumulus.
freaking tornado.
Yeah, that would make me, the nimbostratus would make me more concerned about a tornado. Um, Here you've got it's puffier, but they're layered. They're sticking together more like for cumulus. Then nimbostratus. This is your rain clouds. You could probably see them off in a distance when a rainstorm is coming. Those are the clouds that are bringing the rain. So when clouds don't fit in one layer, they can become very tall. So you've got your cumulus puffy clouds that are found low level, but if they start building on that and rising unstable air, you're going to get them building into tall towers, and you'll get your cumulonimbus. These are your thunderstorms. These are the ones that will bring, the thunder, the hail, the lightning type things. So here's one example. You get good pictures of these when you're flying. Not you wouldn't necessarily see it when you're down on the ground. Here's some more. Oops. Uh, So here's a type of cloud that can sometimes form within a cumulonimbus cloud. So it just looks real dangerous looking, in my opinion. So if we were actually in class, we would go through and name these, but you'll look at something kind of like that in the video I have. Fog is a type of cloud. It's just at the surface. So it's low level. You usually see it mornings, maybe evenings, after a rain, when the temperature of the air and the ground is differs very a lot. And then your precipitation. So clouds is what is going to be holding the rain, the water molecule, and when it holds as much as it can and is built up enough, it will start falling as precipitation. And so we know that temperature causes a lot of different types of precipitation. So we have drizzle, rain, snow, sleet, freezing rain, and hail. And so those are just various types of precipitation. A lot depends on how quick the winds are coming in to each other, the temperature, and so forth. And then something that scientists have tried to do to increase precipitation is something called cloud seeding. And what they do is they try to put um, these more particles like dust and things like that into a cloud to allow more of the water to condense and to allow the cloud to get heavier to then produce the rain. So, kind of a quick overview of clouds there. So, before we look at yesterday's water web quest, let me look and show you what's kind of up on Canvas. Remember, new way of doing attendance. And what's going to happen if you haven't read or listened to my video, you'll do attendance here, not on the form. Whether you're even if you're face to face, everybody will do attendance here. If you do the correct, um, click the cancel, Carolyn, the white box. If you answer correctly and I mark it correct, if I mark it incorrect, it just means you don't get some extra credit points. If I mark it correct, you're going to get extra credit points at the end of the semester for completing this. But this is the new way of doing. I'm going to be doing attendance. There's a whole video about that, and I put it in an announcement and maybe a part of this video announcement I put in for today. You're going to have 2 videos to watch that you need to do today, as well as you'll finish up your water web quest. I'm going to go ahead and give you access to your cloud types web quest that you can go ahead and look at, but notice it's not due until tomorrow. So did we still have some questions on the water web quest, Timothy?
I mean, besides that thing, then no.
Okay.
I mean, I mean, to be honest with you, it looks pretty simple, but like for some reason, it just won't let me read the video
Yeah.
yesterday.
I'm not sure why. Like my daughter's computer just did a weird thing, so I wasn't sure what was going on with it.
I accidentally had my mouse on Google,
Okay.
so that's why it clicked it.
Okay. Well, there you go. Is that what you wanted?
Because there was this,
Here, I'll help
because there was
you.
this one time that I was trying to do something in math the other day, and it physically would not let me submit anything in Cami. It would not let me even. It would not even let me access Cami.
Okay, it does that occasionally because I'm on a group, a Cami group, and sometimes when it users across the U.S. or maybe even the world, once in a while it may reach its max and it can't handle it. And so if you try the next day or in a couple hours, it should allow you. If that happens, just take a little screenshot of it and send it to your teacher so that you know that we know that you've tried to submit, and just try it again. The one good thing about Cami is that unless you actually go in and physically unsubmit it, your answers stay, and a copy is put in a folder that we can access if we need to look at it. But typically, if you give it a couple hours or try the next day, you can then submit it. It's just an issue that the CAMI, the program or whatever you want to call it, has every so often. And I've heard it occurring in various places. So if that happens and it's due that day, just take a little screenshot, send it to the teacher and say, I'm going to try to submit later, not sure what's going on. Is there anything you want to look at in that, Timothy?
To be honest, no, not really.
Okay. Well, I want to call up then real quick the types of cloud one. Always wants to call all this up. Again, you don't really have to work on this one today. I may even change the due date, but I went ahead and put it here in case somebody had completed the other one. This is going to go to some sites as well and just give you some information about the various cloud types.
What various cloud types? No, it's not on the announcement thing for me.
You're going to have to probably refresh because I just made it active. Hey, Ricky.
I almost forgot.
Yeah, you're popping in right at the end, so you may have to read or listen to the video when I put it up there.
Okay.
We've gone through the lesson. I'm just showing one of the assignments right now. Make sure, Ricky, that you do under today's date, listen to the video announcement because I'm doing attendance a different way now. You come on Google Meet, you automatically get attendance taken, but there's a way that you can earn extra credit by doing my attendance method that I've swapped to. So make sure you listen to that video.
Okay.
Is this showing now for you, Timothy, if you refreshed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey Ricky. Hey Ricky, dude, is that a Grim Reaper or Assassin's Creed picture for your?
I do not know. I've had this as my profile picture since middle school. I think what I looked up
Hold
when
on
I
a minute,
found
Kelly.
this was
Yes.
like apocalypse. I don't know.
All right, so the website's right here at the top by that little cloud figure, and you're just going to go through and fill this in using that website. And so it's pretty simple. It's worth a lot of points because there's a lot of filling in that you have to do. Again, this is not due till tomorrow, so work on the one from yesterday that's due today first. And then you've got 2 videos, one that goes along with yesterday's assignment, and then one about clouds for today. All right, any questions? Because I'm going to have to pop off to another meeting.
I don't think I'll be there for that meeting. The conference. I don't think I'll be there.
Well, okay, well, there's another meeting I got to go to before yours, Ricky.
All right.
So, all right. I'm not sure if Cameron ever returned. He said he would be right back, and I don't know if he ever returned. All right. So we're getting into the actual weather part. So this is the last part of this meteorology unit. So work on today's stuff and then work on stuff that might be missing.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to sign off because I've got to get ready for another meeting.
All right.
Goodbye.
All right.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
So Cameron never came back, did he?
I guess he didn't.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Lovely.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
Well, he didn't say anything, so we didn't know if you were there or not.
All right.
Okay.
Cameron, you've got to start submitting stuff. I'm not seeing a lot of stuff coming through on your end.
Sorry, I've been having to get off early a lot of times.
Well, you're still responsible for this work, and we're not going to be able to make it up when school starts. So you've got to find a way to get your work done.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey. All right, I'll see you for Alex's meeting.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye.